Peace, YouTube. What's going on? We back with another trending hot topic commentary show where we do all the latest and hottest reaction and reviews. I'm your host, and Lynch. Let's talk. So, we're gonna get right into this video because I want to talk a bit about Miss Sage Steele again, and pretty much just I want to pick out a little segment of her statement, her controversial statement. Um, part of her statement where she addressed, her female counterparts, she stated that that when you dress like that, I'm not saying that you deserve those gross comments and everything. Pretty much talking about how some women, how they asked her for advice and everything, and she was just pretty much saying like how some of them dress certain ways that may be looked at as provocative or whatever, and they might get a certain type of response from men. And she was pretty much calling women out because we hear this stuff like how women say that men are dogs, and men sexualize women and everything. But she pretty much was saying like, well, hey, if the shoe fits, if you dress like that, then don't come at the men who approach you that way or who view you that way. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So let's get right into that. But before we do that, as always, I want to first say hi everybody doing. Hope y'all good and blessed. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon on all, that way you'll be notified every time I upload the latest and greatest. And share this video to all social media platforms, and also comment down below once we've done this. But with that being said, I want to get straight back into it. I found it interesting because the whole statement that she said, you can argue some of the things that she said was controversial or not, even this particular statement. But was it wrong? Because here on this channel, we talk a lot about accountability, and y'all know that I'm in a certain sector. I view myself in a certain sector and everything, and I like to hold these type of conversations. And as I always put it, there's one thing when you have a man talking about these things, when you have a man calling women out on certain topics and issues and everything. It's looked at as view one is like looked at as misogynist, toxic and everything. But there's another one, a female does the exact same thing. Now you can argue that she's looked at as a pick me, because that's the new term, when females pretty much call out other females on accountability and pretty take responsibility for their mishaps. You get a lot of females calling her a pick me, and I think that term is so loosely used. But that, all that being said, it's still better coming from a female's mouth. I talk about it on this channel all the time. We need more and more and more females talking about this stuff. Like you got Kevin Samuels. He's like one of the biggest guys as far as commercially that we that everyone know about, talking about this. But then you have like others, like my guy O'Shea Duke Jackson. You got the lead attorney. You got Alpha Male Strategies. You got Poor Man's Podcast. You got Mediocre Tutor Reviews. You got Stuff Is Cool. You got The Roommates. You got Auburn Preach. You got Fresh and Fit. Like the list goes on. And there's not a whole lot of females talking about this stuff. Like you got ZZ, A to Z TV. You got Love Dorsey. You got Sarah Lena. She talks a lot about this stuff. It's a girl on TikTok named It's Tay Tay Baby. She talks about this stuff. And you got the queen, the great Miss Shahrazad Ali. But as far as like a whole abroad, there's not a lot of females, that's coming out on platforms talking about this stuff. Now, I say all the time that there are females who are starting to wake up and starting to see the toxicity in this whole misguided feminism movement, and they see how it's going the wrong way because the feminism movement was generally, the idea of it was supposed to be something totally different than what it is now today. The idea of the real feminism movement, that's something that I totally support. I tell you all the time, I got daughters, nothing but daughters. I can't make a boy to save my life, so of course I'm going to support anything that empowers females and women. I got my mom, I love her to death and everything, but the narrative of that whole movement then turned into like this whole tyranny thing, and it's pretty much like a dictatorship, if you ask me. And a lot of females are starting to see the downfalls of it. They starting to see that what was promised to them as far as everything is total happiness and all that it comes include with it, it's not there. It may be there materialistic wise, maybe they're financially wise, but females, they're different than us. They're different than men. They want families. They want all that stuff, even if they try to convince themselves that they don't. Even if they try to disguise it with work and everything, they just wildly different. Inherently they want a family, and because of the divorce rate, it's so high now, and marriage rate is so low. A lot of them starting to wake up to the BS, and they starting to really see what's going on. So some of them are starting to speak out. Now, I wish more and more are starting to do it on better platforms, or doing it on platforms. I see certain people start doing it in the comment section and everything, and like I said, you got certain women who do speak out, but it's not enough. It's not enough at all. It's definitely not. It's not as many. The percentage of women trying to seek change in this area compared to the men, the percentages is way low. But you got Sage Steele. She kind of put her little 2 cents in it too, and she kind of showed the world where she stands at as far as this little part of the conversation. Like she thinks that women need to be held accountable. Don't put yourself in certain situations, and because she understands that women are different, and she understands that men are different. And then, like she said, don't act coy. Women are smart. They know what they doing. They know how they dress. They understand that certain clothing to put on may exaggerate certain aspects of their body, their assets, and men is attracted to that. Like it's within our nature. So like I can't stand when people try to deny that, or try to make it seem like it's not what it is. Regardless of how much they trying to reshape society today, basic human instincts and nature is always going to be, as long as we're here on this planet. And you cannot change that regardless of how much they try. But she's speaking out. I mean, the bad part about it is she said it in a discussion, whereas though she was kind of talking about everyone's favorite president, and then talking about that other conversation that we can't speak of right now. So it's kind of like, it kind of devalued the whole meaning of the point of her message. Like all right, had she said what she said about that, if it wasn't in that conversation, like if she said it, if what she said about the females and dressing the way you dress and accountability, if she said it in a conversation that wasn't talking about Barack Obama, that wasn't to talk about the other subject that we can't talk about, then okay, she might still get some type of backlash. I'm not saying that she wouldn't, but she would get a whole lot more support, especially from like people in the manosphere and everything like that, because like she's one of the people who's holding people women accountable. That's the way I see it. But like I said, she still will get some backlash because it comes with the territory. You can't say nothing without anything these days without some type of criticism. But that's how I feel about it. Let me know your thoughts. Drop the comments down below. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification icon. That way you'll be notified every time I upload the latest and greatest. And give me your thoughts. Really, comment down below. I want to hear how y'all feel about this. Maybe y'all agree. I'm sure a lot of y'all probably disagree. But even if you do, comment down below. I really want to hear them. And we can pick it up and dissect it. As always, I'll holler at y'all the next one. Peace.